Hello, everybody. Bobby Mitchell here again with Breakthrough to Break Free, another episode bringing to you information to help transform leaders to transform the world because we believe your purpose is our passion and your passion should be your purpose. So we're grateful that you're here. However, you found us, make sure that you click on the video, the links below. You can follow our guest speakers, our community members, follow some of their information. There's more bonus videos down there because today's topic is part of part two of what we've been talking about, which is action plans, right? Action plan. It's all about taking action, right? And we all take action in some capacity, right? And for those of you that are already part of our community, you know that we've been addressing a variety of topics from goal design, setting up your goals, making goals, SMART goals, limiting beliefs. We've talked about of your why, like what's your why, the power of your why. So there's so many various topics before we get to the action plan, right? But ultimately, without action, the preview so far is preparing for this time to really go full force, full speed, and create what we call momentum. And momentum is a magical thing when you have it. It's magical. And when you don't have it, it can be tough. So our goal is to help you create momentum in your life. And that's why you're here, however you found us. And we're grateful that you are here and spending a few minutes with us because we got these short, quick segments of just what we believe is juicy nuggets to help you grow, help you develop and not only find your purpose, but if you know your purpose and you're starting to live it or fulfill it, well, then how can we accelerate that, right? Acceleration and create even more momentum for you. So the topic, action plans. Well, one of our regulars, I say, or basically are one of our community leaders with Conscious Community Media is Brian Bodenhamer. And you know how I feel about him if you've watched any of our episodes. He's not only a good friend of mine, but I call him like a brother from another mother, but really more so, he's become a great mentor. And that's what the power of masterminding, and that's upcoming episodes. We're going to talk about masterminding because it's so important to what we call mastermind. And there's scripture actually in the Bible that if two or more are gathered in the name, then magical things can happen. It's amazing because that was the ultimate mastermind, right? Back in the Bible. But now in present day time, masterminding still works in a powerful way. And one of the key people that I get to mastermind on a weekly basis is Brian. So, Brian, I know we've got this juicy topic as far as action plans. And I know you've not only taken action, but you've helped business owners take action.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you're in the midst of a variety of action plans of just working on, your books and different things like that. So if you don't mind, I mean, again, thank you for making time today for our community. Please share with us, some great takeaways for some people that are taking notes and wanting to grow and how they can
Sure.
develop a breakthrough action plan.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Bobby. I say it all the time. Bobby is one of my heroes and a really good friend. And I don't think there's been a time I have spent time with him where I haven't learned something about him or myself or the world in general. So thank you so much, Bobby. I will tell you guys that when it comes to action plans, we've set goals, made decisions and all that, but nothing really happens until you put the rubber to the road. I'm from Indianapolis, and there's this little race here that, it's the biggest race in the world and one of the most famous ones, if not the most famous one. We don't call it Memorial Day weekend, we call it race weekend. And everybody knows what we're talking about. Melody's smiling because she knows what I'm talking about. She's from here as well. But I will tell you that one of the biggest things you could do with action, and one of the smallest steps, but also one of the most effective steps, is get into an action plan or reading on a regular basis. And I'm going to talk about a couple things here. Now, there's a book called The Greatest Salesman in the World. I know it's kind of shiny here, but it's written by a man by Og Mandino, one of the most effective readers, and tells interesting stories. He's a little bit biblically based. And in this Greatest Salesman in the World, it really isn't about sales, it's about mindset. And he has a challenge in there. It's only about 105 pages thick. You can buy it for $8 at just about any bookstore in the United States, and it's paperback. 105 pages. So it's a short read, but if you do it the way the challenge, he has a challenge, it's 10 scrolls, and you read each scroll 3 times a day, last time out loud, 30 days consecutively, one scroll, go to the next scroll, another 30 days. So if you start January 1st, you're done October 27th. So 900 readings over 300 days. It's quite the task. And if you miss a day, you got to start all over. That's the challenge. And I've started that 12 times. I finished it once because life is, it's hard to do. I mean, it really takes a lot of discipline, and you got to take action. You got to do it consistently. And that's where the action comes in. So I've done that. And a friend of mine is doing that. His name is Lawrence. He's in Australia, and he's reading it out loud on FaceTime every single day. And that's his last time out loud every day. So he inspired me, and there's a follow-up to The Greatest Salesman in the World, and it's this one, The Greatest Salesman in the World, Part 2, the end of the story. And there's 10 scrolls in there, but this time he calls it Vows of Success. And so the challenge is a little bit different. It's reading one scroll for a week, 3 times a day, the last time out loud, go to the next scroll. So it takes you 10 weeks. So 70 days, 210 readings. And I'm going to challenge you guys to find a book that you can be consistent with. You don't have to read it all in one time. You don't have to do the Augmentino challenges, but I think it's a great way to get started. It's a great way to build the habits. And you talk about an action plan. You do that every day. You know, they say it takes 30 days for you to notice and 90 days for other people to notice. And that time is going to change your life. And I think both those books do that in an excellent way. Find another book you like to read. If you like reading the Bible, there's a challenge on the Bible app where you can read the Bible in 90 days. You can read it in a year. So try one of those if that's one of the challenges you want to do, and it'll track you. It'll track you. So I think that's a great action plan, and I think it does build your mind, makes you more interesting, gives you more things to talk about, and you'll find that when you get done with those, you're going to be able to connect with people and set goals and find like-minded people with that. So action plans are a huge, huge thing. So with that, I'd like to take a moment here to introduce our next speaker. Her name is Melanie Dawne. She's a great friend of mine. I've known her longer than I've known Bobby, actually. And we've become great friends. We've done a few projects together. And I can't wait to tell you a little bit more about what she does, but I'm going to give her a chance to talk. She's from from Indiana. She lives down in Gulf Shores, Alabama right now, what she calls God's country or paradise.
Paradise.
And I want to give her a chance to talk to you about action plans from her perspective. Again, she's someone I learn from all the time. So with that, Melanie, the floor is yours.
Thank you for those kind words, Brian. You've been a champion. We've done a lot of great stuff together, and I appreciate you all the time. And I love this group of guys. You guys are amazing, and I love the conscious community media and the things that we're pulling together. So there's a lot more to come, but today is about action plans. So action is moving forward, right? So we can think about it. I mean, we'll think about it. We have the goals we've gone through. Brian touched on that. We've gone through our, making our decisions and doing our goals. But the truth is if we don't do any action, we've undone our decision and we've undone our goals. We're not going anywhere. So the way that you build this is you actually build it 3 times. So you build it in your mind with your goal, and then you write it on paper. And then the key, you do it. So you start with, what's worked for me is I start with the end in mind. So whatever my colossal goal is, and it has to be a big goal, it has to be something you can't do yourself. You need God's help and you need people to get things done. So start with the end in mind, and then you back that up. And daily, you have got to write down and hold yourself accountable. So you start, if you don't have your day planned the night before, you're already behind. Just forget it. Might as well not even get out of bed. So do your plan the night before, and then in the morning, you start your execution. If you get off schedule, you want to monitor this. If you're, some people I've coached, they have like an hourly goal. And sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to break it down and say, look, I've got so much going on. We have so much noise, right? I mean, the world, the news, somebody's always sick. Somebody always needs our help. We always, there's just so much. So we have to really sometimes dial down and have that action plan. What am I going to accomplish this hour? And then draw it out. What am I going to accomplish this morning? What am I going to accomplish today? Don't let a day go by where you don't accomplish something in your action plan towards your goals. Because if you do, you lose a day, but it's easy to lose another day, right? Pretty soon you realize you've lost all this time and you haven't even done anything. So I checkpoint myself when I'm like on it, like game on. I set alarms on my phone so that I can look back and see what am I doing, what am I not doing. Is my actions, and then you got to assess, right? Too, is the actions I'm putting forward giving me the results that I want? Because we could all have like a really amazing goal and plan and have our ladder on the wrong wall. We're climbing the wrong goal. So with that, again, just coming back to making sure that every day that you're getting something accomplished towards your goal. If you didn't hit the colossal things, then at least make some kind of motion forward. Because the truth is, at the end of the day, it's your action plan. It's on you. So I would say one last thing is to assess what that day was. So now you're going back through. You're like, okay, I got this, and this accomplished. This was right on target with my action plan. And then make sure that if you need to make some adjustments for the next day, make those adjustments. And then guess what? You got your plan together. And then you go to sleep and you have all kinds of wonderful things that happen. You get great ideas, right? And you wake up fresh and you're ready to tackle your day, your action plan, your goals, because you made good decisions and you went after it. Back to you, Brian.
Wow. You got me speechless, Melanie. I mean, that's such great stuff. I'm listening to you and I'm thinking about things I've heard in the past, plan, do, review, and stacking your knowledge. And I talk this with the kids that I teach driver's ed. Everything you learn, you stack upon and you get better at. And if you fall back a little bit, that's okay, because it gives you more momentum. And you're not starting from zero. You're starting from where you stumbled, and now you know what not to do. Right. So amazingly great stuff. So thanks, Melanie. I appreciate you. I'm excited to hear more about what you're doing and more about what you do and what your action plans are and why you do what you do. And you guys look up Melanie, because she's an amazing lady and she's going to really teach you a lot of good stuff and inspire you. She inspires us all. So with that, thanks, Melanie. What we're going to do now is we're going to go to a friend of mine. He's in Sacramento. He's from Columbus, Ohio. He's a Midwestern guy. He won't admit it sometimes, but he's a Midwestern guy, and he lives in Sacramento now. And amazing guy. He looks great in a hat, but he also is a man of God, and he follows his calling. And can't wait to hear what he has to say these next few minutes. So, Mr. Duane Moye, get on there and show us what you got.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Brian. It's good to be here. When I think of an action plan, I think of tools and the need for tools, how to use them. So, within my mind, I'm thinking I will have an action plan compared to I should. Another example is remember to have an action plan instead of never forget. Supplemental tools are vital, pretty much, and the use of words have meaning, have impact. Visual inspirations. One of my favorites it's on my wall. Don't compare your life to others. There is no comparison between the moon and the sun. They shine when it's their time. As well as color-coded sticky notes strategically placed throughout your home and your office. And last but not least, I also use a physical, or I use a physical artistic expressions with specific wording. over my bed as well as in my office. And I named it Clouds of Conscience. So an example is, what are you working on? Keep focus. And so inspirationally, they bring healthy convictions. Other supplemental tools are electronics. They vary in categories from cell phones to ebooks, as well as tablets, printers, laptops, etc. And that's what I do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Brian. Back to you, Bobby.
Thank you, Mr. Duane Moye from Sacramento, California, the Midwestern guy with the hat. You know what I got? I mean, a couple things as we wrap up for today's quick, session here on action plan. Tips. Duane talked about some tips, uh, some tools. I've broken down an action plan into 7 steps to a breakthrough action plan. And so look for the video link underneath this uh, for that. That's sort of an exclusive bonus for you just paying, seeing what's going on. And Duane hit on some of it, and Melanie definitely hit on it, some of those points, because none of this is like make believe, right? We all know people somewhere in our lives that have gone out and taken massive action and achieved massive success. Just as we've seen people, maybe you're one of these people too, that have taken massive action and didn't reach the success you thought you should have reached, and you got disappointed, right? There's people like that. And then there's people that sort of never really take any action, and they're kind of complaining and whining and whatever's going on, and they haven't taken action because they're afraid to take that action, right? They're fear, they're sort of what we call paralyzed, because they rather not take action, because if they take action, you're either going to fail or succeed. And the biggest lesson that was shared today, the thread all for everybody, is that action must be taken. Falling down is part of success. And once you discover that and realize that that is the only way we get better, right? A comfort zone, we can't grow when we're in a comfort zone, right? The only way we can grow is when we expand and we become uncomfortable. And just understand the main thing about an action plan, and Melanie shared with it about setting an audacious, juicy, big goal, right? It should make you uncomfortable. When you write that goal down, like Melanie said, to write it down, right? She said, I love that. She said, put it in your mind and then put it on paper and then go do it, right? 3 simple steps, right? Incredible steps, but those 3 steps can change your life forever if you do it correctly, right? With passion, with purpose, with with a community of people, to accountability, as you go through the 7 steps that we have down below and on the video, and the bonuses that Brian and myself and the team are put together for this action plan. You'll realize that there is a very simple formula, and Melanie did a great job of wrapping that up in the simple 3 steps. And it's so powerful, yet so few people do it. So what are we here for, and what is this all about? We believe in you. You're here, however you found us, for a reason. And we believe the reason you found us and why you're even watching this is because you know that there is a calling on you, that there is a purpose in you, that there is a passion that's been swelling up in you, and you've maybe gone for it, maybe you haven't, maybe you've gone for it and fallen down, wherever you're at, but you're here now, and we want to help guide and support you in fulfilling your mission. And you have a mission, whatever that may be, from being a better CEO, better business owner, to be a better parent, to be a better husband, to be a better father, to be a better human being. Whatever that mission is, we're here as Conscious Community Media to help you transform, so you can help transform the world, because the world is lacking authentic, disciplined, principle-based leaders. We're lacking that. That is the biggest shortage in the world, is great leadership. And we thank you for making time here today. We really do. We thank you for spending a few minutes with us. And we know that we can't answer all your questions and get it all figured out in 15, 20, 25 minutes. But what we can do is plant the seed in you to go, hey, you know what? You can do it. So make sure you click below and follow Melanie, follow Brian, follow Duane, follow our community, and stay connected with us for more videos, more content, more information on how to help you live on purpose with the passion that God has embedded inside you so you can fulfill your destiny. And I'll end it on this. Your destiny is not by chance. It's not a chance. It's not like it's up to you. You can make it happen. And there's no reason why you can't make it happen now that you're part of our community, because that is all what we want for you. Okay. So with that, thank you, Brian, for an awesome job today. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you, Duane, for sharing. And we thank all of you for joining us. Make sure you click below, follow us on social media, stay connected to us so you can see upcoming videos, upcoming content. Make sure you click below, and God bless each one of you. And remember this, give your very best every single day. Melanie talked about every day, make it count, right? Every hour. Because guess what? Our greatest resource is time. And you can't get today back. You can't get, yesterday's gone, right? Tomorrow, right? But today is it. So what are you going to do with today? Well, let's go take action together and let's go fulfill your dreams into reality, and make sure you give your very best because you deserve it. With that, guys, God bless you. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.